Welcome to Power System Experts. This is our series on power electronics with PSCAD. Today we will study power quality analysis in PSCAD. We are using a three-phase rectifier circuit with a three-phase source. You can see the output impedance of source is modeled as a resistive, and output voltage is set to 100 volt, and the frequency is set to 50 hertz. So this is a 50 hertz source with 100 volt RMS voltage, and its output type is output impedance type is resistive, and other parameters are not important. And we have connected a multimeter here. It measures the instantaneous source voltage and the instantaneous source current. The signal names are IS and VS, and we are plotting source voltage and source current here using these output channels and signal labels. The DC voltage across the output capacitor and the load is EA, and we are plotting it here. So the calculation of capacitance is done using this formula: 1 divided by 2 F times V ripple, and we have considered 10 volt peak to peak ripple. And the formula for DC voltage is given here: 3 times Vs divided by pi. So for 100 volts it would be around 135 volts. And let's remove this inductor for now. Here we will connect it back after we run the simulation without this inductor. Let's go to simulation settings. So we will run the simulation for 1 second with a time step of 50 microseconds and a plot step of 250 microseconds. These are default settings here. Okay, so let's run it. Also, we have placed the FFT block here from Common Signal Models and Functions library, and THD measurement block. It measures the total harmonic distortion, and it provides a fast Fourier transform of the input signal. So let's check its parameters. So it's given number 15 up to 15th harmonic its output, and it will give in the output in RMS form, and the base frequency we have set it to 100, and the reference phase output will be a sine wave. We have enabled anti-aliasing filter, and we have disabled frequency tracking here. Let's enable this frequency tracking. Keep it disabled. And this total harmonic distortion block is also the number of harmonics we have set 15 here. So we will also need to set 15 here, so that it calculates total harmonic distortion using all these 15 harmonics, and it will output a percentage total harmonic distortion. We have connected polymeter graphs for THD and FFT measurements. These are placed here, and we will see them in the simulation. They are plots. And so let's run the simulation. So you can see that the source voltage is quite sinusoidal, and the source current it's non-sinusoidal. Let's zoom in into the last cycle, and you see that. Let's adjust a bit this graph manually so that we can see a good picture. Okay, you see that this voltage ripple, it's on average 135, and there's 10 volt peak to peak ripple in it. That's good. The voltage signal is sinusoidal, the current signal is non-sinusoidal and non-linear. And you see here the THD in voltage is 1.14%, and there is a very high THD in source current. It's 90%. You can see the harmonics here in the source voltage. The fundamental is the highest voltage, and the fifth, and there comes the fifth harmonic. It's a few millivolts, but it's creating a THD of 1%. The total 31 harmonics we have plotted here. The second harmonic is not significant. The third harmonic is also not significant. It's a few microvolts. But the fifth harmonic, it is also non-significant. It's only a few millivolts. But if you check in the current, the fundamental harmonic, it's 7 ampere RMS, and the fifth harmonic you see is 5 amperes RMS. So that's quite big value and a very high distortion in the source current. And you see the very low 10 volt peak to peak ripple, which was supposed to be here. We have created the capacitance according to this formula. It's there. So now let's change this source impedance to inductive. Change this to inductive, and let's see what's its value. Sorry. It's 1 millihenry. Let's first reduce it. So let's keep it 1 millihenry. That's good. Let's run the simulation. We will check how the source voltage, source current, and the DC voltage are affected by this inductive source impedance. You see that the output DC voltage has reduced a bit. It's now below 135 volt. This is due to voltage drop in the this impedance of the source, and the voltage waveform is now non-linear and distorted. But the current waveform, you could say hardly, we could say loosely say that it's a bit better than the previous one. So let's see the THD here. Okay, the voltage THD has increased, but the current THD has significantly decreased. It was 90 earlier and now it's 40 about. And you can also see that the fundamental speed is reduced, but the fifth harmonic is much more reduced than that. And in case of voltage, the fundamental is not reduced so much. So the source impedance, when set to inductive, has improved the power quality in a sense. But if we go, if we keep put another inductor here, let's see how it affects the simulation. Go to components and pick an inductor here. Place an inductor here and connect it. We'll set its value to 10 millihenry. 10 millihenry. And run the simulation. So the current waveforms, it's now much more better. The voltage ripple has now reduced, very much reduced for the DC voltage. And let's see what happens to THD. Yes, the THD has in voltage has reduced a bit, and it is also the THD in current of source current is also reduced, and it's much reduced compared. It was 40 earlier, and now it's 25. You can also see it in the individual RMS values of the harmonics. So when we connect the inductor at the output of this rectifier, the power quality has improved much more better. And also if we change back this source impedance to resistive, in this case, let's see how it affects our output waveforms, source voltage and source currents. So the source voltage is now back to sinusoidal. The source current is a three-step waveform, and it's also much more a closer approximation of sinusoidal. And the voltage and the ripple in the output voltage, it's the same, pretty much the same, but the output voltage is much with 35. It's a bit less than 35, but that's within our tolerance values. That's good. The THD in voltage has vanished. The THD in current has increased for 2%. And you can also see it in here, the RMS values of the individual harmonics. You do not see any significant magnitude of harmonics in the source voltage, and also in the source current, the harmonics are quite low. So we can say that an inductor in the output of a rectifier circuit, it improves the power quality much more better. So this is our learning that an inductor in the source or in the load is responsible for creating a better current waveform, a closer current waveform which is closer to a sinusoidal, and therefore it is responsible for giving a good power quality in case of nonlinear circuits. So that's all about this session. See you in the next session. Thank you very much.